What's up guys, it's me Strawhead Nate and I'm back this week with a new One Piece chapter video. This time we have One Piece chapter 1158 titled Rocks vs. Harold. So this chapter gets straight into these big large scale encounters between powerful figures without any build up whatsoever. From Rocks and Roger meeting up at the bar to Garling and the Gorosei meeting in the Holy Land to Rocks and Harold fighting in the underworld of Elbaf. This chapter is full of hype, large-scale encounters that we'll discuss later on in this video. The chapter also provides more build-up and context for the God Valley incident, which will take place very soon in this flashback, and I'm thinking that it'll be shown in its entirety based on what we see in this chapter. To hear more about this God Valley stuff, including the first scenes ever with Shanks' mom, stay till the end of this video. Now, let's get straight into it after you like the video and subscribe to the channel. But first, we must discuss the cover, since this has to be the most important cover scene in a very long time. It includes Yamato visiting the grave in Wano once again, where this mysterious figure lies, and this time it's revealed that the inhabitant of the grave is Kozuki Moria, revealing that Gecko Moria is not the true name of that man. This means that Moria is even a relative of Momonosuke and Odin in some distant way, which is ridiculous to think about. I never expected this outcome, but it does make sense given Moria's connection to the island of Wano and to Kaido. But now we get into the hype of the chapter for real, where it starts on the Oro Jackson, Roger's ship, and he's upset about his crush Shaki leaving the Kuja pirates to go with Hachinosu. And Shaki actually sent a letter to Rayleigh, not Roger, since Rayleigh is her love, and this makes the relationship, the love triangle between them, even more complicated. But Rayleigh, the second man of the crew, really has no interest in Shaki, so that means Roger decides that he will go to visit Shaki in her bar on Hachinosu in Rayleigh's place. But then we shift scenes over to Garling Figarland, who is the captain of the Holy Knights at this time, and he is in a meeting with the Gorosei in their chamber up in the castle Pangaea, and he tells them about his mission for a couple years on an island called God Valley, setting up this incident there. Garling says that he tried to convince this island to join the world government because the government wants their rich resources and things like that, but the island refused to give in to the world government control because they know they will be corrupt to them. And on top of this, Garling also made a big discovery on the island, a discovery that he says will apparently appease Emu, the king or queen of the world. So I theorize that what he found on God Valley was an ancient weapon, the one that they use nowadays. So Garling informs the Gorosei that his main point of visiting them is that they have to do their human hunting game on the island of God Valley because it will be of great value to them. And we know that that will happen inevitably in a few years. But then we switch the scene once again over to Hachinosu in Shaki's bar, where it is oddly peaceful here because there's no fighting in the bar, which is enforced by Shaki, and she asks why Rocks seems so happy lately, which prompts Big Mom to inform her that Rocks likely met a woman that he loves. Rocks overhears this little conversation and says, flustered, that this was all supposed to be a secret, showing a different side of this legendary chaotic pirate. Even Miss Buckingham Stussy spreads the gossip more saying that Rox even might have a kid with this woman that he supposedly loves. This kid we know to be Blackbeard, Marshall D. Teach. Then, seemingly out of nowhere, Roger, the other legendary pirate of the era, enters, having defeated every pirate outside the bar so that he can enter first, because the fighting rule doesn't extend to out there. Rox yells at him, saying, "Stop coming to my island," but Roger nonchalantly just says to stop yelling, there's no fighting inside the bar, respecting Shaki's rules. And Shaki asks first about Rayleigh, her main interest, but Rayleigh stayed back on the ship. So she's instantly depressed about this because Rayleigh doesn't want to see her. But then we change scenes again, seeing a big epic round 2 between Rox D. Xebec and King Harold, the fight that was built up at the end of last chapter. Rox feels betrayed that his friend Harold is being manipulated by the government and controlled, but Harold thinks that this will be for the good of his own country, and he's willing to kill his friend Rox for his country. Rox says that he's a fool, and I agree, but Harold is blinded by the prospect that the government will do good for them when they really aren't. They go blow for blow with large, powerful attacks, but neither of the men really want to kill their friend, so they're probably not giving it their 100%. The fight ends in a draw, but their friendship is destroyed, and the narrator says that they won't see each other again until the day of that incident, most likely referring to the God Valley incident, confirming that Harold will be there. Also, it's important to mention here that Harold's son, Prince Loki, was waiting for the day that Rox, his idol, would come back to the island, Elbaf, but he won't now that he's not friends with the king, making Loki sad. Then the final scene of the chapter, this insane chapter that it's been, shows 39 years ago in God Valley, 1 year closer to that incident. We see a red-haired woman who we can instantly recognize that this would be the mother of Shanks and Shamrock, but we don't actually see her face. And we see baby Shanks and Shamrock in the stroller with their distinct red hair from their mother, revealing that Garling Figarland had a little fling here on God Valley during his mission here, but he isn't around for his sons at all. He's went right back up to Marie Joie as soon as he could. The chapter finally ends with the lady with the red hair telling another person the names of her sons, Shanks and Shamrock, confirming their identities. But that's where this chapter ends. I really can't believe the amount of hype reveals in this chapter about a wide variety of things. From the large-scale fights involving like the legendary people like Rox and the King of Elbaf, to the important character reveals involving people like the Captain of the Holy Knights, Garling Figarland. From the momentum of this chapter, I can tell that we're building up to see the huge God Valley incident, which might as well be shown the next chapter at the rate that we're going. The good thing is that there will be no break next week finally, so we will be able to see more of what happens as soon as next week. So if you made it to the end of this video, thanks for watching. Like and subscribe to show your support, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.